The internet we have now operates primarily on a few large tech giants, but this wasn't how the internet was originally built. In the early days, the internet operated on a bunch of small servers spread all over the world. We could freely browse and use the internet without feeling like it was spying on us or collecting our metadata. Now, wherever you browse and whatever data you want to store exists forever with one of the big four tech giants. And while this has been viewed as a convenience for most, it has pretty far-reaching implications. For instance, if Google or Facebook decided to disable your account one day, what happens to all of your pictures, files, and data you've been storing with them for years? Was that data ever truly yours if they dictate the terms on how we can access our own data? Anyone using the internet long enough should be familiar with data breaches at these large companies. When we allow these companies to store our data, we can't always know if they're storing it securely or who has access to it other than us. Most people have experienced having things like their social security number, email address, or other personal information leaked by what they thought was a very reputable company. At Telios, our solution is to flip the whole model of how most internet services work today. Instead of relying and trusting on other companies to store your personal information on their servers, your devices now become the server with your data. Think of it like your own personal cloud. Now, users dictate when and how companies access their information. We believe the type of app that needs this innovation the most is email. Even though social media and instant messaging apps have gained wide adoption over the years, email with a staggering 4 billion users still exists as an essential backbone of communication and identity on the internet. And even though it predates the internet, email has seen little to no innovation. What makes the Telios email client unique is that all data is stored and encrypted on the user's local device, which is only accessible through a peer-to-peer network. This means that our email client can be used without an internet connection and doesn't need a central server to send and receive data. Users, however, don't need to know how any of this works or be encryption experts, because our email client has been engineered to be easy to use for anyone who's familiar with using email. To get started, we ask for your desired Telios email address and then a master password, which is only ever stored in your head. This means Telios doesn't store your password and nobody is able to access your email or data unless they're using your physical device and they somehow know the password you've committed to memory. Once inside the app, the rest of the UI and functionality should feel familiar to anyone who's used email before. The end-to-end encryption and connection to other peers is all handled behind the scenes, giving users the peace of mind that they're finally in control of their data and their personal information.